What are the risks of a pawn storm in the endgame? Have you ever wondered what happens when you push your pawns aggressively in a chess endgame? This strategy, known as a pawn storm, can be tempting but comes with its own set of risks. Let's break down what you need to know. First, when you advance your pawns too far, they can become exposed and vulnerable. In the endgame, there are fewer pieces on the board, making each pawn more critical. If your pawns are not well supported, your opponent may target them easily. Losing pawns can lead to material loss and create weak squares in your position. Next, pushing your pawns forward can open lines that may weaken your own setup. In the endgame, open lines can allow your opponent's king or remaining pieces to infiltrate your territory. This can be especially dangerous if your king is not well protected or if your pawn structure becomes compromised. Additionally, a pawn storm can slow down your own play. If your pawns are too far advanced, they may lack support from your king or other pieces. This can make it difficult to promote your pawns or defend against counterplay. Your opponent might take advantage of the extra space or open lines to launch their own attack. Another risk is that overextending your pawns can create passed pawns for your opponent. If your pawn storm is not coordinated, your opponent might be able to create a passed pawn on the other side of the board. This can be a decisive factor in the endgame. When considering a pawn storm, timing and piece coordination are essential. Before launching a pawn storm, ensure your king is active and can support the advanced pawns. Avoid pushing your pawns too far unless you are confident they can be defended or will create a decisive passed pawn. Remember, a passed pawn is one that has no opposing pawns in front of it on its own file or adjacent files. Weak squares are those that cannot be defended by your pawns and may be occupied by your opponent's pieces. While a pawn storm can be a powerful attacking tool, it carries significant risks in the endgame. These include exposure of pawns, creation of weaknesses, and the potential for your opponent to create their own passed pawns. Careful calculation and support from your king and pieces are necessary to minimize these risks.